All right, so we're going to be using a spread here that I use for my clients to help them gain whatever they're trying to get here in the goal. When I hold on to my rose quartz here as I do everything here. So, all right. Sagittarius, your underlying energy is the Fool. So for a lot of you guys, you may be wanting to start something new. You have a new venture ahead. There's something that's starting fresh. You guys could be very well single. For those of you that aren't single, this is just really something in regards to maybe even being in a relationship with somebody. This is starting fresh. This is an all-around new beginning. And I think, yeah, it's possibly the reason why you are starting this new beginning, or this new beginning is even the focus of this reading, is because you've probably moved up to a new place of commitment, a higher place of commitment. I feel like you guys have definitely possibly moved up in a relationship and are ready to kind of begin something new all around, to kind of, you know, to get to where you guys really want to be in your emotions, to get where you guys want to be in your relationship, okay? Now, for your current state of being, you guys have the Nine of Wands. So you guys are feeling quite defensive, a little exhausted, but you guys know that the end of the tunnel is there, is close. The light is approaching you, or you're getting closer to the light. But the point is, it's like you're still exhausted. You're still kind of ready to throw in the towel. But at the same time, you have put in so much work that you're not willing to give up. So that is excellent, guys. Feeling kind of exhausted, not so much, but at least you guys are making progress and making a segue. I feel like with the Nine of Wands, you guys also could be like, you know, like I said, really determined to finish the cycle. Okay, this is the last card towards the Ten of Wands. So this is talking about completing cycles and wrapping things up. Okay, now where you guys want to be is the Hanged Man. I think you guys just want something to kind of just slow down, to kind of be set, to be stable, or not really necessarily be stable, but just have nothing going on per se. I think you guys either want to just be settled and kind of have some peace just for a little bit, or this is talking about overcoming the Hanged Man energy, where you're constantly in limbo and you're having to kind of see things from a different perspective. I think you guys want to gain that perspective so that way things can happen, things can move forward. Okay, so that's two things. Either you guys want some, peace would typically be temperance. So I really feel like if for a lot of you guys, then it's really more of either you guys want things to just stop moving, or the meaning that I'm getting the most is you want to get this new perspective and kind of hurry up with it. I feel like you guys have been waiting here for a while, especially with that Four of Cups that came out for you guys. There's a stagnant energy here with your emotions, or how you guys are feeling about certain things. You may be feeling very apathetic and things are not moving, or you don't see an avenue or an option ahead to kind of get you to where you want to be, but there is something still there. There's something that you have to see, but you have to shift your focus, shift your perspective elsewhere. So this is what it's talking about here. I feel like you may want to shift your focus right now, and I feel like you want to have a new perspective gained, so that way you can approach something from in a different way, to handle something in a different way than you typically normally do, because how you're doing it now is super exhausting. But the thing that's keeping you from gaining the new perspective is the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like it's staying in your comfort zone is kind of what's keeping you from being able to gain the new perspective that you're looking for. Now, this is the Nine of Pentacles. This could talk about being single. The Fool and the Nine of Pentacles do indicate single life, but this could also mean that you guys are, surrounding yourself by a gilded cage, pretty much sticking to the things that sticking to what that you're secure in and good at. And I feel like with the Nine of Pentacles, it's kind of keeping you from being able to reach a certain point in your life where you probably would excel. So you want to be very careful that this comfort zone that you guys have yourself in isn't a false sense of security and a false sense of confidence, in essence, kind of keeping you from being able to sprout out to be truly independent. Okay, now the reason why the Nine of Pentacles is blocking your path to the goal is the Queen of Wands. So perhaps this is somebody that this is you possibly, but I would normally see you guys as Knights, since that is your card. But this could be you as well, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This could be that you guys are very confident, very eager, very ready to go after what it is that you want. The Queen of Wands don't play. When she wants something, she gets it. She makes every stride possible to go and get it, because she's very passionate about what she wants, very passionate about the things that she goes after. So I feel like you guys were very passionate about a certain goal that you guys were going after, or perhaps you guys had somebody in in mind, that you were very passionate about, or you see it as your, as your partner here, and you feel committed to them, or you just feel like this is the person that you want to be with. Maybe this was your influence, and now you're kind of feeling like you kind of have to stay in one zone. I'm really mostly feeling like this is you guys feeling very comfortable where you guys, well, not feeling very, yeah, it's pretty much feeling very comfortable where you guys are, and not really branching out and, staying in your gilded cage. It's because it's just something familiar. You know things, you know how it works, you know what to expect from the Nine of Pentacles. Going outside of that, you're going to have to prepare for things like, different stuff, different perspective, different everything. So it's talking about stepping outside your comfort zone. That's the scary part. That's the scary bit. You're comfortable here. You don't want to leave. But in the past, it took a lot to get here. So I feel like, it's hard to kind of leave this spot here. Now, with your best path to follow, or your advice, guys, you have the Five of Pentacles. So this is talking about going off on a limb and going for it, right? It's risky business, and it leaves you feeling pretty vulnerable, but it also helps you recognize what's lacking in your certain situation, so that way you can provide balance for it. So right now, you may feel like this is a kind of a safe space where it can be a false sense of safety or security. You may not even have confidence in yourself to see the perspective that you're looking for. Now, you've had confidence in the past. The Queen of Wands is very confident, but I feel like with the Queen of Wands here, this confidence can return, but you have to take a chance. You have to go out there and go on a limb. And I feel like this is also with a partner as well, considering that the Five of Pentacles is not by themselves. They're not by themselves in this image. They're with each other. They're fighting together. Even though they may not be walking side by side, they're still with each other. So there is a struggle. Like, there's a current struggle even here. There is a struggle here. But it's finding the solution to the situation rather than dwelling on what's missing, dwelling on what's wrong. So I'm not saying that you guys need to go out and find what the problem is, but going off outside of your comfort zone to be able, to find what's needed, to find that missing, perspective, whatever lacking for you in regards to, your stability or maybe finances right now. It's going to require you to kind of open up and do something that's a little bit different, taking a chance, taking a leap of faith. Okay, now in you guys' feelings, you guys have the Devil. So for some of you guys, you may be inclined to kind of go back and do some things that may not have benefited you in the past, because the Devil does talk about old habits, old behaviors, things of that nature. For some of you guys, you may be feeling a bit taboo, or you guys are really craving some fun. You guys are having fun with your life. Now this, I cannot fault you for, especially with the Queen of Wands in this reading. You guys could be having a lot more fun in your life, or you guys could be trying to enjoy your life, right? But I do get the sense that there is some old behaviors and old patterns that you may want to watch out for. You guys could also feel a karmic connection right now, considering that there is, this is talking about a relationship. This is your love life. So there could be a karmic connection that you guys feel that's very strong. And that's why it's kind of hard for you to leave this comfort zone, especially if this karmic connection is forcing you outside, forcing you to see a new perspective. Now, for your hopes and fears, you guys have the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords is a fairly understandable hopes and fears. You don't want to feel trapped in your thoughts. You don't want to have thoughts that keep you from being able to express yourself and to be, to do whatever you want to do, which is being the Queen of Wands. Now the Devil here also is is also feeling trapped in your situation. This could be feeling trapped in your relationships, feeling trapped in old behaviors that you got in your, that you use as a coping mechanism for a lot of you guys. But for some of you guys, I really feel like this is like you feeling trapped in your relationship. You feel trapped. You don't really see the power in your ability to make the circumstances the way you want them to be, right? To really feel like you can manifest in the way you want to be. I feel like in the past you were able to, but now you're not really feeling that. You're not feeling that confident in yourself and your ability to manifest what it is that you want. And I feel like it's going to require you to step outside of your comfort zone to be able to find that you have the ability and you have the strength and you have everything that you need to manifest again. But that's where the new perspective comes in, right? To see yourself again as the person that's able to manifest their hopes and dreams. And I feel like you guys can reach there. You just have to believe in yourself. That's the hard part. And I feel like here with the Devil, you don't really see your power. You don't really feel strong. You don't feel like you're able to manifest what you're wanting to manifest. And it has, and it probably has to do with probably a relationship. Possibly you guys have a toxic relationship. If it's not toxic, it's karmic, and it's just that your current situation is keeping you from, not necessarily, it's that the situation is never the fault, right? There's no fault at all, but I feel like your situation is making you feel as though you are powerless, but you are powerful, and that's why everything is pointing you to the direction of the South. You. There's a lot of individual cards. The only cards that come up here is the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like for a lot of this is like you're having a lot of you're wanting to gain something. You wanting to achieve a certain perspective. You want to be able to manifest and feel comfortable and confident that you can manifest these things, but you don't have the confidence. You have to trust yourself in a way that in a way that you kind of have to go on a limb. Like, the outcome is definitely indicating that you have to trust yourself. The High Priestess is another indication of trusting your instincts, going with your emotions, and feeling the messages your higher self is sending you, and you have to be open emotionally for that. So I really get this feeling that you have to trust yourself all around, and it's hard to do so. But I get the sense that maybe asking for help is really not a bad idea. Maybe there's somebody around you that you can ask for help, because they're still walking by a church, and they don't realize that they don't have to struggle by themselves. They can get external help. So I feel like for a lot of this is about regaining confidence, finding your ability to be able to manifest again, going outside of your comfort zone, and truly being able to go after what it is that you want. So it may require you to ask for help. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with your romance angels for this week. Excuse me. Okay, and your romance angels card is heart-to-heart conversations. Wow. Okay, and it says honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Okay, I do think that that's the case. Conversations, communicating whatever is lacking. You need to communicate that with your partner. Talking about those things will definitely help you. And just feel, ultimately don't feel like you have to handle everything by yourself. Okay, if you're feeling like you're not, you're not secure enough, if you're not, confident in yourself, it's going to, you have to realize what's lacking and communicate what's lacking to find the solution. Okay. All right, and for your whispers of love, okay, and your card for the whispers of love is, wow, honesty is essential. To be a loving person, it is important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. So yeah, whatever you feel is missing, whatever you feel like you need to communicate right now, it's highly important, okay? It's going to require you to go outside your comfort zone. If talking about certain things about yourself, or maybe something that makes you feel very uncomfortable, is necessary, then I feel like it's time to communicate those things, right? But you guys are having to, like I said, go outside of your comfort zone right now. And that comfort zone has a lot to do with what's lacking around you. You feel probably very vulnerable at this time as well. But as long as you communicate what's going on and remain open with how the situation is for you, I do feel like you guys will gain the perspective that you're looking for. Okay, starting something new is a battle, is a struggle sometimes, and it can be a bit of a bumpy road. Usually it's a really kind of, it does have its moments of having some ripples, but I feel like you guys can achieve to whatever you guys whatever you guys are wanting to achieve, whether it's a new perspective, whether it is to, have some sort of have this trust in yourself to be able to handle situations that seem very difficult. Okay. So communication is very big here with the Oracle cards, or what they're saying. Going outside of your comfort zone and communicating how you feel reestablishing the trust and the confidence in yourself to be able to handle situations that may feel like they're completely imbalanced. But it also is going to require you to take a risk and go out there, right? Taking a leap of faith. But also to recognize what's lacking in your situation, communicate that, because you don't have to handle this all on your own. This whole relationship isn't just you. So whatever is lacking for you is lacking for them. So 50-50, right? As long as everything is, discussed in a 50-50 fashion, things should be pretty much settled there.